He's on the table, and you're looking at the table. Hello there, everybody, and welcome once again to The Table of Crap, which is surprisingly clean. I totally haven't been filming a lot of content on the same day, but that's what I do. And, I thought to myself, I've got to make some content that isn't video cameras, because this is the third video camera related wise that I've made. I know I'll go to my fireplace mantle and pull off some of the random stuff there and show it to you, because the stuff on my mantle is very weird. Yeah, so today we're looking at things that live on my Mantlepeice, and I've got 4 different sort of things to look at, like different categories of things, and some of them are very, very dusty now I look at the mood here. So let's start with the basics. Of course, my Mantlepeice would have some kind of horrible ceramic bird thing. It's meant to be a picture frame with a picture of a bird of some kind, probably a gay bird, and who's it made by? I brought this in a charity shop, of course. The Royal Crafton Fine Bone China, made in England. And it cost me like 50 pence, and somehow managed to get it home in my work briefcase. Chipping, paintwork degradation. But yes, that's one of the random things that lives on my shelf. Or my Mantlepeice, rather, not my shelf. I am good at being an adult and knowing what I'm talking about. So yes, what about a bookmark? Yep, a PSP. And no, not the PSP you're thinking of, because that version of the PSP just didn't exist at the time. How about I put it in the centre? Bookmark! It's very dusty and it's got my face on it. Yes, look at my face. Hello, let's have a look at this. Hello, I am the YouTuber that you are currently watching. This is what I looked like when I was younger. My hair wasn't receding. And those teeth, oh my god, look at those teeth. At this point in my life, every single tooth there would be real. Right now, I am rocking a fake half tooth on the front right now. But yeah, that was me as a kid, and this is on my Mantlepeice for some reason. And I don't know why, but I've kept it. Is there a date on the back? No date on the back. So, it's Kodak paper though. That's going to be year 7 probably. So 12, so about 20 years ago. You go over there, 20-year-old bookmark, and let's move on to the next facet of weird things, which are badges. Badges that just live on my Mantlepeice, although some of these are actually going on my stuff straight away. So let's start with this. Some of these objects came through when I brought one of the t-shirts. If you ever see me wearing the Bird Crew t-shirt, I got some of this stuff as well. So first off, it's an owl. It is a pendant. It's shiny. No chain. It lives on my Mantlepeice. I should probably find something to do with it. It's got a nice decoration on the back, but it's just an owl pendant which I've dropped. Or how about a bunch of badges? Now, as I said, these came as extra because my package got lost, my original t-shirt. So I got sent these extra bits and pieces. First off, it's a bird. Hello, bird. I'm putting that on my flat cap when I finish because I forgot it existed. And it's Birdania. So, yeah. Birdania is like, it's Birdania. It's a country run by birds. It's a mock-up thing in this Telegram group chat I'm in, and I brought some extra bits and pieces, and that came with it. And the Bird Crew Platinum Club. I'm a member of the Bird Crew Platinum Club, which has this blue jay wearing a top hat. Very, very posh. I have not worn this because I want to keep my Bird Crew Platinum Club Premium Club to the clubbiest club and in good condition, basically. So that's why I haven't used those. But yes, they're going on my Mantlepeice, my uniform. And the last bit, which is actually an interesting one rather than something stupid off the internet, and also upside down. Northern Cyclist Federation meet Walsingham 1935 to 1939. This was found in a collection of Christmas decorations that came from my dad's house, if I recall correctly. Whether this belonged to him, I don't know, because he was Canadian and moved to England after the war to marry Minan. Bless her art and bless his art as well. They're both gone now, unfortunately. But this belonged to them. Whether it was his, whether he earned it, or whether it was just a random badge they had, I don't know. But it's always held a point. It's been crushed, unfortunately. It's always held a point on my Mantlepeice just because it's a very little connection I have with them, amongst many other connections. So that lives on my Mantlepeice as well. So that finishes off the badges. And now we're going to move to coins, because I have a selection of interesting coins. There's 4 coins, and 3 of them follow a very similar theme, and one of them does not follow a similar theme. So let's start with this one. It's a bit shiny. I wonder if I've actually tried to take it out of the thing. I don't think you're supposed to, really. Now, if I recall, I think this is a Polish one. It's got an eagle, a vulture of some kind. Cepirus barbaratus. That's a language I don't understand, but that's a bird. I don't think it's a bearded vulture. It looks like a turkey vulture. I don't remember. But it is a vulture. Oh, it's a griffin vulture, probably, looking at that. Yeah, Polski. Words I don't understand. Nice collectible coin. 1972 to 2012. Yep, it's a collectible coin with a bird on it, which I believe is a griffin vulture. I like a lot, except I'm wrong because the next one looks like a griffin vulture. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is, but that's a pretty bird. Actually, that might be a bearded vulture. It's very possible, but I thought only one country had a bearded vulture. I'm going to have to research that. But how about our next coin? Whoops, this, now I think about it, is probably the griffin vulture because of the way it's hunched there. And it's got a chick as well. Isn't that pretty? But the way they hunch and they have their beak set up like that, pretty sure that's actually the griffin vulture. Looks like Russian text at the bottom and English text at the top. And if we turn over, certainly 2008, looks like Russian text again. It's got all these nice little birds in the corner. Just a lovely little collectible coin of a bird. This one was fairly cheap, but these two were about £5 or £6 each. They weren't that expensive. But yes, vultures. If you can't tell, I like vultures. My name's Ekron Vulture, for Christ's sake. But now the main one. And this one actually tells you what it is, because unlike the other two, which are just sort of there, this one is actually genuinely collectible and can sell anywhere up to £200 to £300, which I got really lucky with this one because I managed to get it for about 30. And it's braided. Hello, Pidge, you're sitting up there doing that thing again. And here it is. This is my namesake. Ethiopia, bearded vulture, 2.83 grams. Proof details, reverse is scratched. Yes, this is a graded Ethiopian bearded vulture preservation coin. They made these. I believe this is full silver. This isn't a base metal, which is why it's graded and quite expensive. Official grading of the ANA. I don't know what the ANA is or the NGC, but this is fully graded. This is Estonian because bearded vultures live in Estonia. Bearded vultures, as I'm sure you're well aware, are basically my favourite bird that exists. I'm a fur fag, as you know. I have one of these in fursuit. I have one tattooed on my arm. I've not seen one yet, but I'm drastically looking to see one. I've been looking at these coins for quite a long time, like a good couple of years, before I found one at the reasonable price. It was about £30. It was quite cheap, because these can go for ridiculous amounts of money. The reverse on grading is scratched. I can only see my fingerprints on it, but the reverse is scratched. But that doesn't bother me because I'm not interested in the reverse, personally. Who's interested in the reverse is the front. The bearded vulture, the very reason I brought this coin. So yes, they're the coins, except for there's one more. And this one is special because this one relates to my metal detecting. This is a coin I found. Metal detecting, you may have seen these before in my videos, but there's a story behind this one. So if I bring this up to the camera, that is Queen Victoria, isn't it? Yes, it's Queen Victoria. Bit worn. She's got a bun back there. It's very worn, to be fair, so it's been a well-travelled coin living in the ground. 1 shilling 1886. So, that's 130 years old. A line down the middle. But here's the thing. When I started metal detecting, my main goal as a detectorist was to find a Vicky shilling. I found other Vicky coins, not many silver coins. I found silver hammered coins from 1,000 years ago, but I couldn't find one of these to save my life. Every trip I went out, I just wanted to find one of these. Like, when you have that obsession, you just want to do something. This was it. So we went out to a field, and it was a bit naff, to be fair. There wasn't much coming up, and hadn't found anything. I think I found one grot, which is a really worn-out copper penny. And I got this signal. I looked at it. And I actually looked down, and I saw that sticking out the ground. Of course, you think, it's a fucking 10 pence, isn't it? And my dad, he was not far. He was about 100 yards, 50 yards in front of me. He wasn't that far away. He saw me. It wasn't even that far. It was only about 15 yards. I'm not good at guesstimating distance. And, so I literally just plucked it straight out the ground and looked at it. And the phrase was, as I held it, "It's a fucking Vicky shilling!" And he's like, "You what?" It's like, "It's a fucking Vicky shilling! I found one." I've jumped around a couple of times when I've been detecting, but normally it's for something, old. and good and excitable. But this one had me jumping around, and it was the only thing found the entire day that was worth finding, and even though it's not really worth finding. But yes, this was a big thing for me because I found my Vicky bloody shilling, and I found it. And it lives on the mantelpiece in a very dusty place, along with some other coins I found. I think the first coins I found metal detecting. But yeah, so that's what we've got so far. And we're going to move on to the last collection of things now, which are medals. Because on my mantelpiece, there are a bunch of medals from various different countries and time periods. And they're all for sort of different things. There's mostly civilian medals, but there are a couple of wartime ones as well. So we'll start with the Russian ones, I think. Starting with this one. This is, I believe, just an Order of the Red Star. This is a Second World War vintage Order of the Red Star, brought off eBay. I was originally going to wear this at work to annoy my passengers who are far too conservative, but I thought against wearing a medal that wasn't mine, even if it is from the Second World War, and Russian, because it seemed wrong. It's quite a nice medal, to be fair. It's a bit dusty. It's got a very interesting setup on the back. No ribbons here. Just a thing, and it's got Russian text and a number. So if you happen to have a record of who received the Order of the Red Star and want to look up the number, I want to say 254671, although that might be a 1, then do so. And if you can find their family, then I will even return it to them. But yeah, I brought that just to wear at work to annoy people who were far too conservative for my liking, but didn't, and it lives on my mantelpiece now. And the other medal, which is quite dusty, is this. And really, I shouldn't be holding this one too confidently, but at this point in my life, I care so little that I think this one's been in my mouth. What is this medal, I hear you asking? Well, this is one of the medals that was given to the liquidators of Chernobyl. Yep. It's a response medal for the liquidators of Chernobyl, to the best of my ability, meaning that the person who owned this is probably very, very dead of a lot of radiation poisoning. My fingertips are tingling. These medals are surprisingly not that expensive. They're only about 20 quid a piece, if you can find them, which I found quite interesting. No idea what it says, but as far as I'm aware, it is a liquidators medal, as they did like to give away medals in the Soviet Union to civilians as well, which is great. Can't fault that. So, yeah, those are the Russian medals. We'll move on to the American ones quickly, and these are the only other military medals, because the rest of them follow an interesting trend. There's 4 after this one, these two. They follow an interesting trend, but they have nothing to do with military. So, here we go. We've got a bronze and we have a silver star. Time period unknown. I believe the bronze star is Second World War, but I believe the silver star is Vietnam onwards, or potentially even a reproduction. Brought these on the Military Collectors Fair a couple of years ago. I'm not that interested in American medals, to be fair, but, bronze and silver star, which is ironic because the star itself is gold, except for the bit in the middle, so that's obviously the silver bit. Yay, America and their medaling system. Nice medals. There's nothing wrong with them. They have this pin system, which actually that's probably much more recent than Second World War. But it is what it is. A pair of medals that live on my mantelpiece. They're the ones I've had the longest. In fact, besides the bookmark, they're the things that are the longest things I've owned. And now we're moving on to the British medals. Now, what kind of medals would you give a British man? You would give the British man a medal for, maybe having a lovely cup of tea, makes a fantastic cup of tea. But no, instead we're going to have a medal from 1941, 1942, 1943, 1944, and 1945. Focusing. Safe driving competition. 5 years driver's award. Yes, this is a driver's medal given to bus drivers for safe driving. And the group that does this actually still exists, but they don't give out medals, they give out certificates these days. I have one for the 1 year I managed to do safe driving. I'd like to take a minute to think of the years that are shown here. To get one of these medals, you have to have 5 years of safe driving without an accident that's your fault. That's the current circumstance as it stands for British drivers to get a certificate. Imagine driving from 1941 to 1945 without having an accident. I mean, perhaps he was in part of the country that wasn't particularly heavily bombed, but that must have been a really good achievement. But yeah, it's just a road safety medal. They used to give them out. They don't give them out anymore. I like this one in particular because they used to be in silver, and on the back it literally says war substitute for silver medal. So because this guy was driving then, he didn't get a silver medal, he got the war substitute. And it makes it more interesting. I don't think I've acquired any one. I've got a couple of these to show, obviously. I don't think I've acquired a silver one, so I might have to go a bit earlier than the 40s, go into the mid-30s, but yes, that was a medal. Now, how's about we bring up this one from 1957? Same logic, same thing, same stuff written on it, except this is a 10 years safe driving, so it's got more stars. So from 1947 to 1957, this person didn't have an accident. Obviously not made out of metal, silver or gold. What does that say? I genuinely can't read through the viewfinder. I'm going to pull it to my face. I think it's a name. Hang on. Fattorna something 36 BARR Birmingham. Okay, so this medal is from Birmingham. That's incredibly hard to read. Like, I'm not even saying that. I think that's actually the person who received it. So in 1957, a driver in Birmingham managed to go for 10 years without having an accident that was his or her, most likely his though to be fair, fault. Well done, person from Birmingham, whose name I cannot read on the back. Well done. I can barely go for 10 minutes without having an accident. And then we have this one. What year was this? This is just, this one isn't actually listed as a year. It just says 5 years of safe driving. But as you can see, the triangle is once again there. But it's not red. Safe Driving Award. The Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents. That's who, and they still exist. Nice, just not quite so nice. Very tarnished on the back, so we're probably looking at the 60s here on this one. And no idea of who this belonged to either, but hey, eBay, what can you do? And we'll move on to the last one, which is one of my favourite ones, and his pin is bent, unfortunately, and we've got some other things as well, but nothing major, which is this one. First off, the ribbon has an actual kind of stripe to it. Now, if we look at the back of this one, you can see this is the bar one with all its bars on. This one also has the stripes, just, zigzags, whereas these are triangles. And we have Road Operations Safety Council. Something. 5 years. What does it say on the bottom? 5 years. 5 years safe driving is what it says. So it's another 5 years driving medal. So it's basically the same as this, but a completely different design. And this one is from 1959. I particularly like this one because it actually has a picture of the guy driving. Obviously not the guy, but very interesting. And on the back, I believe, yes, there he is. S. Smith. Oh gosh, that really, oh my goodness, the camera did not like that lighting. S. Smith, Simon Smith. And the name at the bottom is not the name of who the medal belongs to, but it is the name of the company and where they're based. The more you learn. So, Patton S. Sons, 36 Barnum Street, Birmingham. The people who made the video. S. Pattons and Son, or F. Pattons and Son. There, the more you know. So, another safe driver's medal. So, I've got 4 of those. And there's some bars as well with extra years. I don't know who these came with. They did come in a bit of a case, but I don't think I've got that anymore. I put something else in it. But yeah, so 63. 15 years of safe driving. I just realised 1963, 59, 60, 62, 64, and 65. 15 years of safe driving. Well, that brings a close to the random stuff that lives on my shelf. A relatively interesting collection. And I kid you not when I say it, this stuff does literally live on my shelf. This isn't like a thing where I've just grabbed random stuff from around my house. These live on my shelf. So, yeah, if you like this kind of weird video covering lots of weird stuff, can you tell I'm running out of stuff from charity shops? Not good. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think, and I will see you on the other side when we probably look at some other things, maybe from a different shelf. The shelf of buses, perhaps. People have been asking for that. Nah.